Hi and good morning, and welcome to Into the Word. My name is Alex. I would like to share with you about something that happened well before COVID time. I had the privilege of going to Singapore, and that was for a retreat. In that retreat, one of the days, we were asked to wash the feet of someone who has hurt us. Not in that group, of course. Someone back home, could be your father, mother, your brothers or sisters, siblings, friends, someone who have really hurt you and that you need to forgive them. So as we all sat down there, as they were washing, one girl came up to me and asked if she could wash my feet. Now, if you pick a girl, it means if a girl picks a guy, it means it could be the father. It is a male representative, and of course, if it's a girl, it's a female representative. So in my case, I just asked her, "Okay, Ken," and asked her, "Who am I supposed to be?" And then she said, "Her father." I said, "Okay." So I rolled up my pants, and she started washing my feet. And next thing you know, she was crying. And she was crying really badly. And the worst part was, I also was crying because I felt that I need also to forgive someone. So there we were both crying. And when it finished and she wiped my feet and we both hugged each other, she was still crying even worse. And since she told me that it is her father, I, on behalf of her father, I ask, can you please forgive me? Can you please forgive me, your father? Can you forgive me for all the things that I didn't do as a father for you when I wasn't there most of the time and I was away, or I have scolded you or shouted you? Please forgive me. This is what I told the girl. And she was crying away. The next day, when I saw her, I asked her, "How are you? I hope you're okay." She said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, "You're fine? Oh, okay, good." I was very happy. And she smiled and she said, "Actually, I already forgave my father a few months ago, a few years ago." But she said, I needed to go through this. I needed to go through this washing of the feet. So I was quite happy that, that this thing happened, because why? She explained to me what her father did to her. And when she explained to me what her father did to her, how he wasn't there and things like that, even I was angry with the father. But I was really so blessed to represent the father and for her to get this thing out of her system. It was really a beautiful day. In today's gospel, Jesus does the same thing. He washes the feet of the disciples. But the funny thing about it is, God's love was so great for each and every one of his disciples. Okay? Nobody was the exception, none of them. I read to you this part, which is very interesting. It is from today's gospel, of course, and it says here, before the feast of Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to pass from his world to the Father. He loved his own in the world, and he loved them to the end. Remember these words. He loved them to the end, and he loved those who were his own. Now I realized something in this gospel, John's Gospel of 13. If you read the whole thing, you realize that Jesus in his power could have done this. He could have dipped the bread that he was into the bowl of wine, and he could have given Judas to eat. And after Judas ate the bread, he was taken over by the evil one, by Satan. And then Jesus told him, whatever you have to do, do it quickly. And he went out. Now God Jesus could have done this earlier on, but no. He did it after washing the feet of all his disciples, all of them. This is how much he loved them. And when he washed their feet, it is actually a place which is the most dirtiest part at that time, let's just say, because most people walk barefoot or sandals with all the dust and things like that. And Jesus, when he washed the feet of them, he was showing how much he actually loves them. Alright? So much to the extent of being a servant to them, as he said later. And how much is this love that he had for Judas? Okay? How much did he have for Judas? When he came to Peter, this is how he showed. When he came to Peter, when it's Peter's turn, Peter said, "No, you don't wash my feet." What did Jesus say? "If I do not wash your feet, you will have nothing to do with me." That's when Peter said, "Then wash, in that case, wash me all over. You will have nothing to do with me." Even till the last, Jesus gave Judas a chance by washing his feet, so that he will have something to do with Jesus. He'll be a part of Jesus still. That's how much God loved him, even to forgive him as he's washing his feet. And probably the Lord was even tearing because he knew what was going to happen. But he still washed the feet with so much of love. That is the amount of love that he had for Judas. That is the amount of love that he had. It's truly amazing. And I won't be surprised even he was crying out, even on the cross or so, and he was crying out and asking God, "Why have you forsaken me?" Because of all the sins that was on him. I wouldn't be surprised even if he had taken Judas' sins upon him at that very moment. Just think about it. That is the amount of love that he had. So my brothers, brothers and sisters, I'd like to encourage you. Wash the feet of others. How do you wash the feet of others? You've been going through certain things that you've been doing for Lent. I ask you, don't stop now. Don't stop now and then have a celebration. Oh, Easter is here and then that's it. Whatever that you've done before, try and see if you can do some of it still. Of course, maybe the fasting part may be a bit difficult for you and me, right? Okay, what about the almsgiving? What about the other things? Prison ministry, sing to the poor, PIHD. How about doing that? Can you do that? Continue. Don't let it stop you. Okay? When you make a resolution, New Year resolution, you try do it for the whole year. Now that you have gone through Lent and you're waiting for Easter to come, whatever that happened during Lent, try and continue after Easter and for the sake of God's people. Still do almsgiving, still go prison ministry, still do PIHD, still serve the poor, things like that. And if you can, add on something else, spending quality time with people who you do not know also, you know or don't know, whether because you're old or young, and just sit there and just listen. That'll be another one of your corporal mercies that you can do for the Lord. Yeah. So do this, my dear brothers and sisters. And in closing, I like to share with you something. I just saw a movie about Francis of Assisi, and to the end, what it was said was, he thought that he was supposed to build God's church, the building of God's church. Actually, he was building a chapel in everyone's heart for Jesus to stay. What a beautiful thing. What amazing words. He built a chapel in everybody's heart for Jesus to reside. Think about this. Can we do this for Easter? Can we really go all out, continue doing what we've been doing, and truly glorifying the Lord the rest of the year? Okay? Amen. God bless you in your endeavor.